Hi, welcome to Tarot Off the Cuff. This is Kevin Quigley. Rhonda Alin is a reader, a teacher, an open road adventurer, and a lover of music, crystals, and herbs. She picked up her first tarot deck when she was 12 years old. She's the founder of the Northern New Jersey Tarot Study Group and is right now in the middle of writing her own book. You're gonna love her.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Tarot Off the Cuff. My name is Rhonda Alin. I'm a professional tarot card reader here in the wilds of Northern New Jersey. And we are just entering into the change of season here in the Northern Hemisphere. We're entering into our autumn or fall season. Best equinox wishes to all, whether you are north or south of the equator. So we are here working on another aspect of the cards. So I am shuffling here. I'm working with the Centennial Rider-Waite deck. And as I shuffle, let's find a card. And we are working tonight with the Four of Pentacles. Yes, the Four of Pentacles. So the first thing I'd like to acknowledge here is we are working with the earth element. And we are acknowledging the earth in this moment in its cycle as it's moving into this new season. But what about this card, the Four of Pentacles? What does this card have to teach us about the tarot and about life in general? And the first thing I'd like to say is this is a card that definitely clearly establishes a certain amount of control. There's an energy of control with this card. This figure here is putting all of their energy into maintaining control over these four discs or coins that they have. And how does that impact any person if they're focused on maintaining control over their worldly possessions and goods? If that is your main focus, it could be a positive if you are in a scarcity of resources mindset or reality. But if you have plenty, and this figure does not seem to be in a bad state, they're not tattered, they actually have something to sit on. Their clothes are quite nicely maintained. So I don't have the feeling this is a figure who is without. But in any case, if you have plenty of resources, or at least what you need, holding and maintaining and controlling all of that, and it takes up all of your time, it's literally what you stand on. It is the center of your world. It is the place where you gain your power and your energy. That exchange we see in the shape of his arms. And it is the top of your head. It sits literally at the top of his head. So this is a lesson for me. It's not just about the four energy of earth, the four energy of structure, the four energy of manifest anything. It's not just about that for me. It is really that energy of control. It is really that energy of this is mine and I need to maintain it. And that can take us into some very strange places. We have lessons to learn from the trying to hold on too tightly, and we have lessons to learn from not managing well enough. So if you have first that energy of let me hold on tight because I don't want to lose what I have, some of the lessons that can come out of that. What are some of the lessons that we can learn as we move through this season into the next? One of the first things we learn is that things come in cycles. There are times when you'll easily receive an abundance. You'll easily receive more than enough of what you need. And you don't need to hold on that tightly because you will be replenished in time. You will be replenished in time. At this turning of the wheel of the year, we're already in the process of gathering in all the things we've grown and acknowledging that there are things that will return to the earth that we will not be able to gather from during the course of the remainder of this year. We're already moving into that season. So taking a lesson just from that, there are times when we have plenty and we don't need to hold on so tightly because they will be replenished. And in those times when we don't have enough, and we feel as though if I don't hold on now, I won't have it for scarcer days. That's a lesson of management as opposed to an energy of fear. What I sense with this figure holding on as tightly, letting it sit as a crown on his head, is that there is an energy more of fear of loss. And anytime we act out of that energy of fear, we're putting ourselves in a more precarious situation. We're less likely to function and manage rationally, logically, because we're moving from a place of pure emotion. So, when resources are scarce, it is time to take a moment, slow down. That's the message of Earth, slow down. Consider how to manage and maintain your resources so that you don't go without at some point, but don't function from that place of fear. That will create a greater risk and a higher possibility or likelihood that you'll mismanage those resources, those scarce resources that you do have. There's a lot about this card that I like. And I know sometimes when people see this, or not even sometimes, a lot of times when people see this card show up in a spread, there's that energy of the miser, the Grinch, the person who can't let go or give anything to anyone that doesn't belong to them because it all belongs to him. Yeah. That miserly spendthrift, I don't want to share, that energy is present also. And sometimes it is better to look at this as your money manager as opposed to your spendthrift. So there's a lot that can come up with this Four of Pentacles card. But one of the things, aside from just what this figure seems to present, one of the things that I really like to focus on when I work with the cards is really the energy of the element. It's the energy of the element. I love working with that and starting from that point. If I know the element, I can understand the story in the cards. I understand how that energy flows. So thinking and focusing on what does Earth look like in that four structure. And I think of the four legs of a table and the four walls of a building. And I start seeing how it really gives me a notion of form and function and stability. Tangible Earth. And I have to think of how practical I need to be when I'm functioning in that energy space. I need to be practical. I need to be structured. I need to give shape to something. So again, move away from that energy of fear, which is the fear of loss that we see in this card, and move back into that energy of what's the best way I can build form and structure to how I manage my resources, whatever they are, whatever your resources are. What's the best way I can bring form and function and structure and stability to that? Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to think about when I'm working with any of the cards. Focus on the element. Let me understand what that energy is. Let me understand what it brings up in me when I think about the 4 as a number. And I even add then that aspect into this reading. This is a great card to meditate with if you're dealing with how do I get myself organized? What's the best way for me to behave? If you're functioning in the place of I have too few dollars in my bank account, or I have plenty and I'm not being generous with my resources. Your resources could also be your time, but then it comes down to, how do I spend my time? The exchange, right? So whatever the resource is, how are you managing it, and how can you give it form, function, structure, stability without operating from a place of fear and utilizing the higher aspects of management, which does not include being stingy or holding back. So I hope that was helpful. This is Rhonda Alin again, and this is Tarot Off the Cuff. Please do like and share the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hi, thanks for watching. This is Kevin Quigley with Tarot Off the Cuff. If you can take a second, click the subscribe button down below. That'll let you know when a new video is posted and you might want to jump over and watch it. If you hit the thumbs up for the videos that you really like, that will help spread the word so new people will find Tarot Off the Cuff in their feed, and that helps the channel grow. That would be great. And if you got a question or a comment, positive or negative, whether you agree or disagree, or if you want to add information or your own take on a particular card or a particular topic, put a comment down below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks so much.